Testing, 1, 2, 3. Rain in Spain falls mainly on the plains, the Alps in France, stay mainly in your pants. Morning, everybody. Down on the beach today. Brought a headset, just in case. We'll see. So how's it going? All right, so at least I have this, if this is a problem. So what's going on, my friend? Happy summer. Happy Fed Day, huh? Let me remind you that trading's risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Never risk money, cannot afford to lose. Nope. Anyways, so please confirm, how's the sound? Oops. Oh, we've dropped internet now? You're kidding me. It was fine just a second ago. Come on. You're kidding me. Well, there was internet use. Now I'm connected. Is that right? Connected, secure. Am I gonna? Yeah, all right, so I'm there. So now I'm connected. All right, let's try this again. Are you guys there? I'm connected, I'm not connected, I'm connected, I'm not connected. Unable to connect. Well, this. Hi. Golly, I hate this stuff. Come on, Bubba, just work. All right. Okay, so stop the stream and start the stream. No, it looks like I'm streaming here. So is it YouTube refresh? All right, now this. Come on, Bubba. Why does this have to be such a challenge? Come on, world. Are we here? Connected. I can't even see is half the point. Reload the chat. Okay, no, there are people. All right, so it's just YouTube. All right, guys. Good thing I didn't curse and swear, huh? It's just YouTube. YouTube's dropping. All right, well, good. Nice. Good thing, good thing I just didn't go ape crazy. You're like, son of a bitch. I hate this. Anyways, yeah, here I am. Right? Oh, oh. Anyways, that's what you get. All right. Yeah, sound is okay, good. So I got this going on. So anyways, let's start over again. Hey, Bubba. Nice to see you. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. And the best pips you ever made are on the beach. stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. So a happy day. Second delay, probability, yeah, all that kind of stuff. So let's just go while we can. Man, there's some really cool airplanes that fly by here. It's a pretty cool spot. All right, so let me, hang on, I can move over now. Gee whiz, even with two screens, streaming's difficult. I gotta open this other app and then tell it to show a different view. All right, and now we're good and I can see the, yeah. All right, so anyways, let's just get going. Today is Fed Day. We got a lot of risks in the market. Thank you, Traders Way, for being the sponsor of our community, tradersway.com. Like, I got to go because we're going to get dropped. So anyways, so, yeah, big Fed Day, so things are all tapped out. People are jostling for position. We knew there was going to be choppiness between the Wednesdays. You guys remember all that? Check it out. Wednesday went up, and by the time we get back to Wednesday, it's back to where it was. So if you'd just taken my advice on Wednesday and walked away and took a week off, you didn't miss a thing. Now you're coming back to watch Fed Day, and you're like, huh, same damn price as it was a week ago. So you didn't miss anything except the opportunity to lose money. That's a good thing to miss. All right, hang on, cool. And I need to get this chat bigger. Right, cool. Yeah. So anyways, hopefully you guys can hear me. Looks like it. Cool. So anyways, so up and down and nothing's happened. Thank goodness. Because when you give someone some sort of advice, you kind of pray that it's useful. Okay, now check this one out. But this isn't one I trade. Maybe because of that. Maybe because of that. Okay, you see? Yen got really, really strong, even more than the dollar. So what did I tell you? Like, go back, think about like our discussions. I'm a bear on the US dollar, and I'm a bear because of fundamental reasons. I'm a bear because I'm bullish on global macroeconomics. But on the short run, I believe there's going to be some profit taking, mostly due to risk and also because of summer. US dollar stays reasonably weak. But look at what actually moved the most, that yen, and that's what I'm talking about. That's a global macro move more than it is a US dollar move. And that's actually a good thing because I'm bullish on the yen over like the next a little bit, not like long term. But at the same time, I don't want to buy dollars. Boom, that's how you do it. Strange. All right, so anyways, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so let's move off of that. But that's why I don't trade the USD yen per se. Okay. We did CAD already, basically. I mean, you should see it. Let's do something interesting. All right. Let's do something interesting. Look at that. So what do we know about Aussie? Well, Aussie yen has been our most bullish. By the way, I hope this sound is much better. Okay, hope it was much better. If I have to hold it up, let me know. But anyways, we were most bullish on Aussie yen, okay, for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And in this case, we started the month, as you know, and I won't do too much, out of position, counter trend. Well, we didn't necessarily get we didn't get a counter trend, but we did get the out of position idea of, you know, enter it, hit your target, maybe walk away, or, of course, if you have a little more talent, move your stop based on what the dailies are telling you. I mean, you can go down to weeklies too, and we talked about that. But you day trade it up, and then look where we actually topped off. We actually topped off on the weekly M3 on Monday morning, the first hour of Monday. That's when it's supposed to top out. Yeah, Greg, I'm on it today. I'm on it. Miscommunication between Ryan and I. So I'm going to work on that today. Instead of laying out on the beach and turning pink, I will do that for you. Okay, Greg? All right, so let's move. All right, so let's move on to the next. All right, what do you think about this one, guys? Is this indicative of macro risk on or macro risk off? Oh, is it windy? Okay, I got it. Okay, I'm trying to get it close anyways. So, did you guys get the question? Okay, well then I'll just go with it and let the airplane go by. Okay, when you're investing into South Africa, that's a little risky. So that's indicative of global macro risk on. Dollars weak, South Africa is strong. What we know is that's the end of the move. Yeah, maybe just holding the mic's better. Okay. So what do we know here? Well, we're hitting the risk target on the exact day that there's a risk event. Interesting, huh? Now, it's one of these things, I'll try to hold the mic like this. It's one of these things where those targets are there for a reason. You might want the extra pips above or below or whatever, but I caution you, we do expect to blow doors off some of the targets. We already talked about that, and that had to do more with behavioral finance and people trying to make money before the end of the before summer. And then there's going to be some desperate fools that are going to try to make their money by the end of the month. But the smart money is already out or getting out. Do you understand that? You don't want to be that type of person that's chasing a monthly profit target 2 weeks into summer and you're desperate to hit what, minimum? I mean, golly. You know what? I'm going to take it out of my shirt. Because I have a feeling I'm going to have to stand up. I just did it back up. Yeah, I think I'd rather just hold it like this because I'm going to have to get up to do my cigar. So anyways. So now hitting those targets for really the month is telling you it's an opportunity to stop trading. No, no, thank you. I'll be talking the whole time though. It's just my mom though. Yep. All right, so let's move on. All right, Swissy yen. see that? So that's the likely top. This is the likely change. And yen being the best currency on this one. All right, let's take a look at dollar. Okay. Notice it's hitting target on the day we expected. Right on Fed day. Done. Take a vacation. That's non-farm payrolls. Here's Fed day. You want more risk, you can have it. All right, so there's two at the top. You starting to see the pattern? You realize we talked about it 2 weeks ago. Okay. Even Swiss franc is strong here. Okay. Notice targets are hit, and you're wondering, well, it went through. It doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Okay. So the risk-off currencies are working, and yet no one wants to buy the dollar, which is a good thing. I think it's Bell who asked about summer. What happens is the style of trading changes right now. As of today, what you did a month ago and 3 months ago will be different what you do tomorrow. Okay, it's just a style of trading. Check that out too. Another big mover, but let's take a look at this. Okay, if you added all this up, I think you're gonna find like the I mean, if you put it this way, if you had just got out where you were supposed to, you had all that time on your hand. You might say, well, Wayne made one more move down, and then it might move one move up, and all this kind of stuff. You could have exited, a week ago, 4 trading days ago, and just be done. You see what I mean? Just done. No more risk, no more time. Enjoy the surf. All right. So let's talk about today. Big risk event in the afternoon. They're not going to say anything new. They're going to say there's no inflation. They're going to say there's lots of risk in the market, that they're doing things, that there's reason to continue doing things, but no change in policy, that they're going to watch things closely. There's much more risk than there is reward. Nobody cares that the stock market's back at an all-time high. Who cares? That has nothing to do with the Fed. In fact, it shows what the Fed's doing is working according to the Fed. So they're not going to come out and say they made a mistake. They're going to come out and say everything's working, the risks are still there, they're not going to do anything. And then markets do what they need to do, and by Monday, welcome to summer. And we'll focus more on day trading than we are on swing trading. Make sense? will lose volume and volatility, except for the idiots that are still down for the month. So those are the guys that are going to mess with you. Your technicals are not going to work. Your fundamentals are going to be lagging, and these guys are just going to be throwing down desperate trades to try to hit their target. Because by July 1st, they're going to have to send a message to all their clients, and if it says, "Hey man, we're down 10%," everyone else is at break even, they're dead in the water. They didn't do what they promised they would do for their clients. I thought we did beast, but let's take a look. All right. Beast. Which one is it? I can't even see. Which one is it? No. Oh, we already did these, right? Yeah. We already did these, but not Beast. All right. Let's see if I can see this. All right. Well, Alex says it looks like I'm already in summer mode. I told you, this is part of trading. Okay. I'm expecting lower volume, higher volatility, then lower volatility. We're hitting all our monthly targets. Like, what more do you want me to do? Right? Like, what? That's it. So, learn by Uncle Wayne, I guess. This is what I'm doing now. I'm not taking my eyes off the prize. And in fact, I'm doing a lot of things on the side related to our community, but not related to trading per se. More related to your trading than mine. We got some really cool things in development that are going to like take you to the next level. And I don't mean profitable. I mean professional. Profitable is like like the bare minimum of being a currency trader. That's the most boring part. Yeah. Well, Big Pro says we're programmed to work 9 to 5. I don't though, because I've only had like I don't know what 2 jobs in my life. So I've never worked 9 to 5. I've never taken holidays. I've never done it. It doesn't even occur to me. So when you're a trader, what is it? Too much work to bring your laptop? Work a couple hours, make some pips? Like, what's the big deal with that? That's a privilege, not a, you know. Anyways. So my question that I received had to do with this pound yen. And once again, a week ago between the Wednesdays, we hit our target. I said you probably should just wrap it up, take your money, play the roll of averages, take some time off. So it went up a little higher, came all the way back, and we're still at that same price. Maybe you made money last week, maybe you lost money last week, or maybe you just took time off. I think if you took the time off or if you made money, good for you. If you lost money, what a waste of time, huh? So, like most things out there right now, nothing that exciting. I mean, you got short-term price action. So, for example, if you know how to day trade, if you're in our live group and you've been taught how to day trade and intraday trade, there's trades there. But to me, they're higher risk. And I've learned to like, I've trained myself, I think, like when you see higher risk, it's boring, not exciting. So I'm like, yeah, you can pick those up, but you should just take the day off. All right, so we covered dollar, yen, South African rand, Swiss franc. Let's do some commodities. All right, gold, oil, and Bitcoin. How does that sound? All right. So we're done the OPEC meeting, aren't we? Yeah, we'll get to that. All right. Pivots tell us that's a buy and that's a target. And standard deviation, if you look at the mean and the 1 and 2 standard deviations above and below, we're getting more overbought. Doesn't mean down. What it means is it's going to want to take a break, pull back, and then go up. So that means maybe down. Well, it means either it's going to go up and break, which is fine. That's very bullish, and that's good for me. Or it hesitates, comes back, and we hit the target next week. ET trend trader is Eastern time. That's New York City time. And that's 4 p.m. The end of the trading day. Okay. Now, if you're, like I said, a refined price action intraday trader, you're going to look inside this candle for a variation of this pullback. And so maybe it's up down to the central and then a little higher, right, to closer to this area. Or you can just fold that into a general idea where generally up for a day or so and then down for a day and then up for a couple more days. It's the whole up, 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 down, down, buy kind of thing. Okay, but of course you can trade inside that candle. So you mark the bottom of the candle and then you look at the wick. So I trade the wicks. Okay, so in the day trading course, we talk about trading inside the wicks. More like that. But that's only a 4-hour move. I'm talking about a 3-day move. So some up, some down, and some more up. Right? 3 steps up, 2 steps back. That's a 618 Fibonacci retracement. In fact, though, it looks like it's only 382ing. So, you know. Samuel B., this year it's going to last until November. I know, right? It's a good thing to know. So it looks like I already drew this. There you go. That's risk off. One piece of news here is you'll notice it hasn't done that. Not fulfilling destinies is in of itself not a signal. I hate that word, but it's telling you that bears had permission to engage and they did not. Okay? So it's been sort of moderately risk off recently, more to do with profit taking than what you hear on the news. But Bitcoin, they had all that opportunity. They didn't take it. Now, it's harder to get out of Bitcoin because no one wants to buy it from you. That's part of it. But if we resume, or when we resume more risk on again, maybe it's after the Fed meeting, maybe it's 2 weeks from now. We don't know. But when it goes risk on again, this may want to go up. But look, no one wants to pay $10,000 for a Bitcoin, but no one wants to sell the Bitcoin they own. That's why it's not a currency. It's somewhat illiquid. And if I can't go to the bar right now and buy a cocktail, coffee, with my Bitcoin, then it's not a currency. Okay? It has to be a medium of exchange. It's not a medium of exchange. Is it a unit of account? Yeah, you know how much Bitcoin you own. And then is it a store of value? Well, you don't really know if it's going to be worth $5,000 in a year or $20,000 in a year. The U.S. dollar might go up 3 or 4 or 5% in a year. Bitcoin goes up or down 5% in a day. Not a currency. It's not a medium of exchange. It's not a real unit of account, and it's not a store of value. But it's an asset class, and you can trade it. If you got someone on the other side of your trade, you should trade it. The problem is there may not be someone on the other side of this trade. That's why it hasn't moved. Okay. Now, a physical commodity like oil needs to be used, and demand for its use comes from the economy. If consumers are jumping in their car, driving to the beach, they're buying gasoline. That's a derivative of oil. If we're buying stuff from Walmart while we're at the beach, then Walmart's going to place orders. The orders are going to go to China. China's going to get the orders. They're going to retool factories or buy more material. Maybe they need plastic, which is a derivative of oil. Then they got to power their factories, which is a derivative of oil, and then they need to ship it back, so on and so forth. Okay? So right now, there's more bid. Okay? That's it. Okay? This is a caution zone. Hang on. Okay? So if you're a bull, you find that a very, very interesting price. It's a weekly central pivot. Okay, that's just one piece. I don't really care about that. It's also a roll reversal. That's even more interesting. So now I got a roll reversal and a weekly buy zone. If I'm a bull already, I'm going to believe that. And I'm going to look at these 4-hour candles and see that we haven't made a lower low in like a day and a half. So I'll probably be a buyer. Why? Because I'm a bull, and it hasn't made a lower low, and I'm on support. Yeah, buy it, walk away, done. Right? Drop a lot, pop a stop. MoveOn.com. That's right, Alex. Yeah, Ryan is a great member of the team, and he's going to help us really build a big community. And I've been working with him. I think it's been 5 years now. So yeah, it's one of these things where when you know you're looking at a diamond in the rough, you polish it as fast as you can. Okay, and we got, like I'm telling you, we got amazing things coming up, and I'm going to need a lot of help. Okay. Do I do well? Yeah, day trade. Yeah, day trading with daily pivots. Absolutely. But you have to remember, it's just an indicator. It doesn't do much at all. I mean, it's just an algorithm. So they help you identify levels of support and resistance in the market, and you already know if you're a bull or bear. If you don't know if you're a bull or a bear, you're dead in the water. So you already know if you're a bull or a bear, and so you say to yourself, okay, I'm a bull on oil. I'm looking for market conditions that are favorable for buying. Is this going up? Yes, it's going up. Good. Next thing. All right, I only buy low, and I only buy low at support in an uptrend. So I got my uptrend. So if I'm going to buy low, where is low? Well, I can use price, which I did here, and I can use market, which I did here. So there you go. That's it. So now I have to decide in this market open, am I going to be a buyer or a seller? Well, I'm a buyer. There it is. And I'm going to turn that candle green, or I'm going to get stopped out for a small loss. Right? Okay, so anyways. So I think we'll leave it there today. Unless you have a question, I'm here. Yeah, I'll sit. There's a lag, so I'll sit a little bit and see if you guys have questions. So Trend Trader, go to fxbootcamp.com, sign up for the videos, and then you'll be invited to join the live trading group. That's how you do it. Okay, so you get all the videos, and then you're going to get a big discount to join the group. It's pretty simple. Since I'm on vacation, I haven't adjusted the prices. So you're still getting the COVID-19 deal. I just haven't had time. So I figure, well, I can go out of my way and make sure you don't save money, or I can just leave it and focus on other things. So I've been focusing on other things than money. Future contracts on BTC and month end and all that kind of stuff. Well, I'm not familiar with Bitcoin futures contracts, but I would imagine they don't expire at the end of the month. I imagine they expire on quadruple witching, which is next Thursday. Not tomorrow. Let's see. What's the date today? The 10th? I only know that because of the Fed meeting. So today's the 10th. No, so it'd be 2 Thursdays from now is quadruple witching, and that's likely when it expires. So you're worried about rollover and stuff like that. I don't really trade the rollover, and these are not necessarily futures that you're looking at. This is a cash market price. So whatever. Yes, he is your customer. He's teaching advanced price action. And in the advanced price action, they meet every single day. Stop looking at correct session. I do Thursdays where I focus more on portfolio management and fundamentals. And you'll see, I'm going to teach, Ryan and I are going to teach you how to be a professional foreign exchange trader. And like I said, profitable is like the basic minimum requirement, right? So just because you know the ABCs doesn't mean you can write literature, right, for the ages. So, knowing the alphabet and learning how to read and write is just the basics, right? So we're going to take you way beyond that. Well, I can't quite. Bell says, what method should I be using? Well, you'll see inevitably the shorter term trades, day trades, intraday trades, scalping. But I'm here every single day over the summer, so I got you covered, even though I'm in summer school. If you join the group, you have me every day, you have Ryan every day, and then I do every Thursdays. So I would do that. Also, watch every single video again, right? And then I got more videos that we're going to start producing to really refine your sword, so to speak, sharpen your sword. Amazing tools coming up that I can't tell you about, but we've spent hundreds of hours and thousands of dollars building these tools. Just gonna you'll be astounded. Okay. So, anyways, Mohit, no, there's no Cubans in America. The government won't let me. Hang on. Be right back. Type your questions, and if there's no questions, then I'll just pull the plug. Hang on. Making a mess. like, no, that's not my ash. Beach people don't like cigar people. Hey, I'm both, baby. I'm both. I'm from Saskatchewan. I was born on a surfboard. Cool. Bell says I actually need help setting up your templates and stuff. No, go log back into MetaTraders, and there's a installer now that does everything for you automatically. They expire the 26th. I think that's what I said, right? Not 2 Thursdays from now. Not tomorrow, not the next one, the one after that, and I think you'll find that that's a Thursday. It's good to know these things on your brain, huh? Like, I don't need no calendar. What's the date? Well, there's a Fed meeting today, so I know it must be the 10th, right? Like, that's how I work. It's funny. I'm like, well, it's oil inventories day, so that means it's Wednesday. Therefore, I think it is. Oh, today's the 10th. It's really funny. Well, so like, looking out to the future, since you guys don't have specific questions, looking out into the future, like the idea is I want you to learn how to trade professionally, trade profitably, have a track record of success that's attractive to investors. And most people don't even know what that is. But when you have all those minimum requirements, then you have to put a company together, a company that is likely needed to be audited and regulated. Okay, and that's a whole different skill. Many of you guys don't know how to run a business, so there's even little things like I don't know if you know how to budget and all that kind of stuff. There are lots of rules and regulations when you're giving people financial advice. So you need to know what you can and cannot do, and that there's a skill in that. So there's running a small business, there's being regulated, there's the expenses with being regulated, and I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars a year being regulated. So that's an interesting skill. So the small business side, and then lastly, and here's the big one, big one. It's last, but it's big. Do you know how to raise money? Do you know how to talk to an investor? Do you know how to find an investor? Do you know what you can say, what you can't say, what everyone else says, and what you should say? And then once you are able to do that, can you sit down and engage them in a meeting? Can you raise money? Can you go to a forum and do a presentation? Do you have a pitch deck? Do you have a one pager? Do you have presentable financials in the format that potential investors, whether it's a managed account or a limited partner, do you know how to talk to an LP and give them what they need to make the decision? Do you understand the market in general and where your potential investment for them lies inside their portfolio? Like, there's so much way beyond, can you make money today? Like, dude, everyone can make money, right? Like, everyone professional makes money. So, like, that can't be a requirement of being a professional. They all are professional. They're all profitable. So, like, to even get in the game, I mean, like, it's not even interesting to talk the profitability. What's more interesting is the risk. People assume you're profitable, and the level of profitability that you're producing is going to be some function of a risk, and they need to identify the risk. They're not really. So whether you produce 13% a year, 30% a year, or let's say 60% a year investment returns, they're going to look more at volatility, and they're going to look at risk, and then they're going to look at their own portfolio because they don't give a damn about you. They're like, okay, this person's doing this thing, and I'm associating a sort of risk with that. Where do they fit, and how correlated? Like, you forget this too. Like, how correlated are you with the S&P 500? So if you produce, let's say, 30% more returns per year than the S&P 500, but you take 100% more risk to do it, they're not interested. They'd rather have the lower risk in the liquid, returns of an S&P 500 contract. And they're like, son, I like what you're doing, but I'm going to pass. Maybe in a couple of years, right? You see what I mean? So being profitable is that's the easiest part of being a professional. So I'd like to give you the experience where you've worked in a fund, you've been an associate, or an analyst, you've been an associate, you've been like a junior portfolio manager, you know how to manage a team, you know how to do your analysis, you've had responsibility pulling the trigger, and at the end of 3 to 5 years, you have experience trading other people's money. Now, what an investor looks for is how did you perform over the different market conditions? Okay, so like last year you did good, great, they're fine with that. Everyone did well last year. The stock market was up 30%. You didn't make money last year? What the hell's wrong? Okay, now the next thing is then COVID-19 hit. So the vast majority of people that made money last year lost money this year. The smart ones didn't. Okay, so the question is they're going to look 3 years from now. Think of it. They're going to look 3 years from now and say, well, how did you do through that COVID period? Honestly, that's what they're interested in. And then over the course of 5 years, there's going to be lots of little mini COVIDs. How did you do after the election? How did you do when the market dropped by 10%? Did you make money? Did you lose money? How much money did you lose? All this kind of stuff. They're going to analyze this. That's why if you don't have, I mean, 3 years is minimum, and that's not really exciting. You're going to need more like 5 year track record of trading other people's money. And they're interested in the bad times, not the good times. Any idiot can make money in the good period. So how quickly do you adjust, and how well do you manage risk? If you can pull that together in a way that shows you're professional, you're going to raise money, and you're going to raise small money, from like angels, let's say, or little cedar funds or something. You're going to start small. So 5 years from now, you're going to start managing whatever that means, a couple $100,000, right? Maybe even 50,000. Depends on who you know and where you are. But you start managing money, and then after a year or so, you'll get more money, and after a year or so, you'll get more money, and it's actually exponential, because the longer you have a track record, the less risk it is for a potential investor. Then they're going to look at this and say, okay, this gal's been doing good. She's now got an 8-year track record, and more money keeps piling in slowly. So more people, because it's less risk, because they can analyze you. So not only do more people put money in with you,